Begin Within Ministries proudly presents Sofa Sundays with your hosts, Reverend Dr. Michelle Izugwu and Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns. Sundays at 11:11 a.m. Arizona time and rebroadcasts on Mondays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Come join us on the sofa every Sunday morning. Sofa Sundays with Michelle and Jeannie. Learn more at www.beginwithinministries.com. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.
Yeah. What is it you want to say, sir? Say good morning, Inky.
We are live, guys.
I know. I want to hi. Say good morning, Inky. Inky, we don't eat the microphone.
He doesn't have good microphone
He
etiquette.
does not have good microphone
He has not had
etiquette.
training.
All right, let me check our voices here.
Check
Yeah,
one,
we're
two.
good.
Miss Evie, please report to the stage for your babysitting duties.
Your babysitting duties.
Evie, please report to the stage for babysitting duties.
So happy to be back. And that.
Well, we're
Inky-
happy you're back because now I have a matching scarf.
There you go.
And Inky's grown and missed her.
Yes, he's old. He's older now, and he's theater.
He's a little wiser.
Yeah.
No, not really. He's
He's
a little
got-
more
He's
trouble.
got more skin.
Yes, he's
And he's got
gonna grow.
some wrinkles.
Oh,
So
no.
he's a good boy.
Oh, no.
Though he did have some things to say to me this morning. Huh? Didn't you? After I told him not to eat my earrings. Yeah. Yeah. So hello.
Anyway,
Welcome.
don't be
to
distracted by the puppy.
Welcome to Sofa Sundays. Actually, we figured that would get more people here if we had puppy church.
I think we need to start having puppy church.
Yes, we're just
Puppy
going to have
church.
puppies for people to come.
Anybody to
and-
hold, just like
Yeah.
puppy yoga.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a brilliant idea. We're not going to do lambs though. I don't think I want to do the lamb yoga. That's
No.
outside. I don't really want to.
Yeah,
It's too hot. So puppy yoga.
puppy yoga
Puppy church.
and puppy church.
Yep.
Exactly.
And
See, I told you he's got words to say. What do you got to say?
Inky volunteers for the puppy
Are you the
puppy
puppy?
church.
Are you the puppy? He just is.
He gets like
He
starstruck
gets-
when the mic comes to him. He's like this.
Oh, wait a minute. What is that? So welcome to Prosperity.
Oh,
Yeah, this is what
the month of
the
abundance.
month of abundance, right? What is it?
Oh, you know, I should
I gotta
always put it
go
on
back
a thing
to it.
every single
No, you've
time,
been here.
and then I don't
have
remember.
not. We have always.
Abundance soul. Prosperous soul.
Prosperous soul.
The prosperous soul. Yes, it is.
So I am Reverend Dr. Jeannie Sovereigns.
Say it again for the
Yes.
people in the back.
I am Reverend Dr. Jeannie Sovereigns. That was
Love it.
official as of July 25th. So
Yes.
this is the first time that I've been here that I've been able to say
We
that.
love it.
Since
So
July
excited.
Yay!
Ozzy's very excited. And Inky's very excited.
Inky's very excited too. And this is Reverend Dr. Michelle Izugwu.
hello.
And this
If you
is
didn't know us already,
and this is Inky.
this is Inky. This is Ozzy's brother, son.
This is Ozzy's son. And we are Sofa Sundays, part of Begin Within Ministries. And we are located here at 7220 North 16th Street in
Oh my
Phoenix,
goodness.
Arizona. And we are at the home of Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington, and she has a lovely space here. She does her work here. So if you'd like to know more about her work and this space, it is unleashyourlife.us. So check that out. And let us see. What else did I want to say? That was it. You're never late for the sofa.
Never
so
late for the
come
sofa.
on down. And you're not late. There we go. Come on down. And so let us see. I guess, shall I pray us in?
Let's do that.
Okay.
Son, when you get a, oh no, here's my pen. Okay. I just need a pen because she says things and it makes me think of things and I gotta write it down.
There you go. I'm glad I inspire writing down.
She inspires me every Sunday. All right, are you ready in your
I am.
beautiful
Yes. This was a gift.
Beautiful dress, and I get to wear the
Thank
skirt.
This was a gift from Reverend Gina and
Oh, Gina.
yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Gosh, I can't remember the name of her church right now, but I will. But Reverend Gina
Oh, I'm losing
over
it.
there
I see it.
in
I can see it.
California. So
Yes.
thank you, Reverend Gina.
And I love the scarf that goes with it so that I can match. All right, here we go. Let's pray in.
So, as Reverend Sherry likes to say, all New Thought prayer starts with the same syllable. Knowing that this moment, this presence, this divine energy that is, that we are in as and part of, as that resonates with the sound, I know that we are one. And in this one heartbeat, this one breath, this one divine moment that is, I speak my word as law for this time together, knowing that we are blessed, that we are prosperous, that we are open to receive as much as our mind and spirit is capable of. And in this, we are enveloped in the divine, in this divine presence, in this divine moment. I send blessings to leaders and teachers of all faiths, all cities, all countries, everywhere, knowing that in this divine moment, whether it's morning or night, whether it's sunny or rain, whether the internal prosperity is not known or unknown to that person, that each and every one is blessed to go forth, guided, guarded, and protected. And for this, I am grateful. I'm grateful for this time together. I'm grateful for this amazing opportunity to be here now, on the sofa, on the internet, in this wavelength, this frequency of prosperity. And I let it go. I let it go knowing that it travels far and near as our breath. I call it good. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. I'm going to
Oh.
turn this fan on over here.
Okay, yeah, we're a little loud. Oh, you're going to turn the fan on.
More.
Oh, you're a little warm. I thought you meant the voice. Yeah, I'm just so. So I want to share something that I heard on, I don't know, Instagram or TikTok recently. Only because she's in the house today.
Woo woo.
So you know, synchronicity is like this amazing thing that happens in life, right? So our dear friend Lynn, she's in a coffee place that she normally doesn't go to, and you know, just being Lynn. And she offers a coloring book. She's an author of a beautiful coloring book, an affirmative coloring book, the name of which is
The Art of Loving Me.
The Art of Loving Me. I own the coloring book, and I need to get it out and color today, I think.
Aww.
It really is, you know, if you're not somebody who is artistic, this is a way to get that creative juices, that dopamine going in your brain to help do that. So The Art of Loving Me, and when I get done with the post here today, I'll put it in the comments so you can find it on Amazon. It's amazing. So anyway, Lynn gave this, you know what? Let me have her tell the story. Lynn, will you tell the story about
Sure.
the coloring book? Because I just,
Absolutely.
oh, you got it. I really just thought this was so awesome when I heard it. Yeah.
He's free.
I'm honored. Thank you so much. I think it's really just when you're being present with yourself and how you're looking at things each day, and to get different results, you got to do something different. So that's what I've been waking up each day. What can I do different? So going into this coffee shop I hadn't been to before, and just talking to this woman behind the counter, just a young woman, and I expressed I am going to order something I've never ordered before. so we're just talking about how do you manifest and do you create and you be open to what the universe can show. And so I ordered a matcha, and I said, please make it not taste like dirt or grass. So we chuckled about, how we want things, but we want it our own way instead of how it shows up. So I'm expressing I want it, but I don't want what it is. And then we're just in this beautiful conversation, and she just had this connection about her. And for whatever reason in the morning, I took my bag because I take my laptop and work different places to meet people. And I said, I'm going to just take my coloring book with me today.
Aww.
I'd never done that before. I put it in my bag, and it's the one that's packaged with the pencils and everything. And I just looked at her and I said, I have a gift for you. May I give you a gift? And she's like, okay. And so I did. So I went and I got that coloring book and I handed it to her, and I asked her if she does different things for mindfulness, for anti-stress or things like that. And she's like, well, no, but I'm very interested and curious on how do I do this? And she's a young woman. And so I had something that she needed to figure out how to use the computer. So she went to the back and got some folks out from the back of the coffee shop. And may I say the name of the coffee shop?
Yes,
It's Drink Me Tea and Treats, and it's based in an Alice in Wonderland theme.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. I've seen that online too.
Super cute. Drink Me, it's awesome. And they just did an opening remodel. And so they come up from the back, so I end up meeting the owner, have a lovely conversation with her with creating and manifesting. And then a gentleman comes out and he walks up to the counter and he goes, I have that coloring book. I'm like, excuse me, what? Like, I never met anybody in the wild that had actually had
In
a
the
coloring
wild,
book.
I love that.
Like I've been blessed by friends and things like that. And then I did a beautiful, book signing at Lula's. Like I had just this most amazing experience. But to actually see that somebody has a coloring book that I walked into randomly, that it just lined up in that moment for the blessing, for the healing. He said that he loves it. His niece is loving it. They're teaching her affirmations, and it has the affirmations in the journals. So really he has it, but he's like, they're really teaching his niece
Right.
how to work in this energy of things and color, and how every picture is just something so different. So it was just a beautiful thing. And then I told him, I said, that's me. I made this coloring book last year and I was going through some challenges. He goes, what? So it was just that moment of, you couldn't have planned it.
Right.
Just looking at doing things a little different, drive a different way. So he wants to connect in regards to it as well and share it with people. So it was just like a beautiful blessing of trusting the ping or trusting in a moment of intuition that you might have an idea, do it. Because you don't know where it's going to lead you.
So I love this story. I saw it online last night. I follow Lynn and I saw it online and I was like, you know what? That is prosperity of mind.
Totally.
That is so prosperity of mind and heart and spirit, which is our topic today, in synchronicity, right? In synchronicity, that is where everything comes to fruition. And things we don't even know are happening. And we talk about this all the time, right? You're ready, but maybe the other people that are coming towards your opportunity or their opportunity aren't quite there yet. But synchronicity is when everybody shows up at the right time. And there you have it. And when I heard that you shared that, and I was like, wow. And so synchronicity is, I was very moved by that yesterday when I saw it online. And then Lynn comes in today. So yeah, I was just very like, oh, this totally goes to what we're speaking of today.
Exactly. And when we're talking about prosperous in mind, heart, and spirit, going through anything and then having something like that happen, sometimes we don't take that moment and notice. And we don't take, like you took a moment and notice and you even shared that moment too. You know what I mean? So yeah, and that's really important to do that. And now you're getting to share it again.
Right.
And we create more of the things that we do that with.
Right. Oh, for
Right?
sure.
We
We
tend to-
absolutely create
Yeah.
more of what what you think about comes about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Did you have something else you wanted to
I was
say?
just going to say I've been working on manifesting abundance. So here I saved on my coffee. I accidentally or universally added an extra 0 to my tip. So she looks at it and I'm like, oh, I'm abundant. I am abundant and blessed.
There you
it
go.
was just like a happy little thing that happened too that I was like, oop, no, it was
There you go.
supposed to be.
There
Because
you go.
you take it to
Yeah.
a 0, it turns to
There you go. Yeah, 10 times the amount.
yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
look at that. Yeah.
There you
So
go.
I am abundant.
You are.
Like I
You
said,
are.
we will share that link and yes.
Yes, and we talked about that last time, not just flowing through to us, but flowing through us. So you not only had that coming at you, but it flowed through you as well, whether you were realize it or not. It was just gonna go. But we spend so much time. So many of us spend so much time harping on the things that we don't want to see, the things that we're angry about, the things that I'll forever be changed by you sharing about Michelle Obama and what you wanted to see, as opposed to commenting and sharing and talking about the post that we were all seeing that we didn't like, and so many people commented about what they didn't like, which only perpetuates that whole situation, right?
Right.
But instead, Reverend Dr. Jeannie did the opposite thing, and then we talked about that Sunday, and I hope that it changed anybody who heard that's perspective, and that certainly has changed mine. To why am I going to give more energy to the things that I don't like and I don't want to see? We do feel like we need to comment. We feel like we need to bring it to everyone's attention and how we're against it and whatever, but we're doing the same. Feel what that feels like. It all feels the same energy, the same thing.
Right.
But when you instead went, no, I will not. But what makes me feel the opposite? What makes me feel good? And then you did that. You shared something about the Obamas in a different way. That's just a huge thing. We have powers, guys. We have power in what we're doing all the time. I know sometimes it feels powerless and hopeless.
Oh
and
my goodness.
if you want to watch the news for 5 seconds, it can feel, it can feel like crap.
If you can.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And that's so funny that you and I are both those people that don't.
Yeah, I don't want to do
We
it.
have partners who do.
We have partners who keep us
So,
informed.
yeah, we're informed that way, but
I'm
both Michelle and I are like,
purely
that is,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
want
want
to be fed that way.
Yeah, and I don't want to feed it. I
Right.
don't want to give it any of my energy. But for some people, it's hard to understand that. They feel called, and like my husband, being an influencer on Instagram, will say, well, I need to know that stuff because then I need to know what I'm going to comment on or how I'm
Sure.
going to do my thing. And I'm like, I understand that. So watch one of them,
Right.
not 10 in a
Right.
row.
And
That's
we
it's
all
just
have,
stabbing him in the heart over and over.
Right.
Like, don't do what?
and we all have our take, our part on things. Like, so anybody who has heard me pray more than once will hear me bless leaders and teachers
I love
and
that.
government officials of all faiths, countries, everywhere. So for me, that is how I send blessings out to the world, by blessing those people that I don't necessarily agree with, but knowing that they are in our world doing things. I want them to be guided, guarded, and protected for the highest and best of everything in front of them. And so I put that out there so that is where my energy flows. Not in, oh my goodness, can you believe so-and-so won the election and blah, 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 and now we have to deal with blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not that I don't think those things. I do. I have those thoughts, trust me. But that's not where I'm spending my energy. So, and that helps, again, what we're talking about this month is the prosperity of spirit, right? How our prosperity increases. And that prosperity is not just the influx of money prosperity in that, and which I'm all for. Look, I buy a lottery ticket every time it hits $1 billion.
Let's do it.
I got one number. But anyway, but you know what? Somebody from Arizona here, a side mark, somebody from Arizona, right up the street here at 12th Street and Northern, which is literally walking distance from where we are sitting, won $1 million in that. Right? I mean, so like, whoa, I got goosebumps.
Like, it can happen to
happens.
someone, it can happen anywhere.
Right, exactly. So, just putting that part out there. I always like, what's it going to harm if I spend $5 doing that,
It
right?
doesn't harm, and it's just fun.
And it can be fun.
And how is it going to be given to you that way if you
If
don't buy a
don't,
ticket?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Then I think about I sent you a helicopter story
Yeah,
of the
buy
lady.
a damn ticket.
Yeah, buy a ticket.
No, but that's the creator in you.
Yeah.
That's the understanding you're a creator. And you are a creator whether you are intentionally creating or not. Whether you are sitting there consciously making that effort to, okay, I'm not going to comment on this. Instead, I'm going to, you're intentionally wielding your power over here.
Exactly.
But a lot of us are in a reactive mode. So we are creating by default. And so anything catches our attention, and then the knee-jerk reaction or the behavior, or I'll show them, or
Right.
they're mean to me, I could be mean back. It's like, oh my goodness, you were just so.
That perpetuates.
Yes,
Right.
you are always wielding an enormous power, always. And so how do I
So
was
what
talking.
is it that we want to
Yes.
create?
So I was talking to my husband this morning about, the spiritual practice is so important. The more that you know about, the more important it should be to spend some time every day of, getting yourself in an intentional space, so that you don't just run this day all over the place, letting everything else pop you around. Because you are creating as you're walking around. It's like running around the world with a big machine. Like, what am I doing?
Right.
So it's, and and you are very aware of your creative gifts, our creative power. And so you're very intentional with your thoughts, and you're always working on that. So I love your morning prayers when you pray for leaders and teachers of all faiths. Like, certainly a lot of us hear that and go, well, there's those ones that are, no, that is actually none of our
Right.
business.
That's none of our business.
None of our business. We are all one. We are all the same thing. When I'm looking at you, I'm looking at me, and I can affect all of this with my thinking and my powers. And so I love that you do that, because it just blankets everything.
And if that's hard for you to really embrace, I'm going to give you Reverend Dr. Jeannie's tidbit on this. Just remember, we're all part of God, and some people are God's armpit or lower.
Yeah,
That's all you need to know.
A little better.
Right?
That
Just
makes
know
you feel a little better.
that.
Makes you feel a little better.
Don't be an armpit.
Don't be an armpit.
Just don't be the armpit.
Please don't insult the armpit.
Did you hear us calling you on?
Yeah.
I knew you
were
were. She's
driving,
always
yeah,
listening
we
to
knew.
it. So
Because
Evie, please report to Evie
Yes.
Judy.
to Inky Doodle Baby.
He's waiting for you. He's like, oh,
Look
she's
at
trying
him.
to put me asleep. I'm
Look at
gonna
him.
go to sleep.
He is so adorable.
He can't do
It's
it.
hard to stay focused when Inky is so
Oh,
cute.
he is
Yeah.
so cute.
Yeah, so I haven't seen him in 2 weeks, and Michelle says to me, "Look at how big he's gotten." And I was like, "He looks little to me still."
He's
She's
cute.
like, "He's 5
He's
pounds now," and I'm like,
He's
"Okay,
getting
you're
3
so
pounds.
big, buddy." He has wrinkles now, so I guess
He's
he
grown.
has grown. He's just the cutest.
And Evie just puts him to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, literally, he
has
no
no
chance.
chance.
He's got no
He's
chance. He's
like-
trying to move around. She's like, it's okay.
That's okay, buddy.
It's okay. And he's back up. Talk about a fun that's right over there.
Right? And there's the thing. I wanted to talk about prosperous mind. I wrote a few things down. Some of the things that happens to me is, and this may happen to you, I feel like there's so much to do, right? I have so much to do. I have my little to-do list, and I am a writer down to-do list person, regardless of how many apps I have, which I do. I physically have to write things
Yeah, I
down
have to write
and
down.
cross them off. That to me feels good. So when I feel behind, and a lot of you know I got a new job, and I have now this huge desk. I mean it just huge. So I have workbook type things at different stations on my desk, all of which who have lists. And I feel a little behind sometimes. There's 3 of them going on right now. And I'm like, so there's I'm behind. There isn't enough. there isn't enough time, there isn't enough money, there isn't enough space, whatever. There isn't enough something, or I'm not enough is another one I use, or I can't because of whatever constriction. So for this, that constricts my prosperity, my mind prosperity on how I'm thinking, because now everything that was expansive becomes like this, right? And when that happens to me, I get a headache. So now the next thing I'm running for is the ibuprofen, right? Or did I have enough coffee today? Did I drink enough water? You know, and stuff. Instead of looking at what my mind was doing right before that, right? Because we are not separate. Mind, body, spirit is not a separate entity, right? This is all one thing. So what is happening in my brain with my thought process does create headaches sometimes. Any parent knows this. He's not even listening to me, my sweet boy. So there's that. So the what I want to offer for those time periods is I have what I need for my next step. I have what I need for my next step. So that is something that allows me to feel powerful, in control, moving forward, instead of, because a lot of times we go, just surrender. Well, if you're an A-type personality, just surrender is a little hard, right? Like, I can just surrender, but there are things that have to be done. And I'm looking at you. I know you understand, right? And so I have what I need for my next step. There we go. That's my genieism for the prosperous mind.
I didn't know there was a genieism.
It's a genieism.
I like that.
There
We
you
need a
go.
book of genieisms.
Genieism.
I think
Actually, it's so funny that you say that. I'm not working on a book, but I am working on Holy Shift Oracle cards.
Do it.
I am working
Do
on
it.
those. So yes, my Holy Shift Oracle cards I hope to have done and completed for Christmas. So I'm putting it out there.
Why not for Anton? What are you doing?
Well, girl, Anson is coming up quick. We got 6 weeks for that.
Right.
I have things going on.
All right.
But I have what I need for the next step. There you go.
So funny. Oh my gosh. And I heard something recently where they were talking about saying thank God in response to anything that happens to you, especially the negative things. And of course, I wouldn't say that. I would say I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
So instead of saying you get a flat tire, well, thank God I had some money to pay for the new one. Thank God I had a spare. Thank God I had AAA. Thank God. You try to find the things that you can, so you can flip. Yeah, so you can flip the switch around. We talked about that last week, the week before, about the person that was talking about how there's little switches in our minds, and at night she turns off different switches and turns on different switches. She'll look over her day and she'll say, well, today I worried about how much money was in the bank. I'm going to turn off the lack switch, turn on my abundance switch. So she'll kind of go through these little switches in her mind. And I love that. So I've been practicing with that. That's fun. But that's what shifting your mindset. I told my husband the negative muscle is so much stronger than the positive muscle because it's being fed all the time. But you have to start. We need reps. And when we did the positive intelligence, that was one.
Yes. Right.
One take on how to do that. And so if you don't know what positive intelligence is, get with Reverend Dr. Jeannie or Reverend Dr. Michelle. But positive intelligence gives you ways to practice building the positivity reps in your mind. It's a game changer. And you can do it by anytime something happens to you, find 5 things to be grateful for. Just right away. If you're a thank God person, that still works for me, even though I don't look at God out here. I am God. I can say all that stuff, but you know what I mean. But just look for the things that were good about the thing that you think is so bad, because they're always there. But what are you choosing to look at? People can have a great day happening and one bad thing goes wrong. Now it's a bad day.
Right.
Okay, what
Instead
about
of
the
a
9
bad
other
moment.
things that happened? Those all just get tossed aside. Why not say, well, actually, before that happened, I'm grateful that this and this and this and this and this. And in my life, I have a lot to be grateful for. So even if I'm having a moment where I'm upset about whatever, and there's lots of things, I can always say I've got 4 healthy children. I got 2 cute puppies. I've got a husband. I have a wonderful husband. I have great friends. I mean, I can go on and on. So like, stop your whining. What are we going to do about the issue? Like, I'm not going to go in the negative, but what am I going to do about this? So that's something kind of going with what you were saying. And since the topic is prosperous in mind, heart, and spirit, I wanted to just pull out our most favorite sides of mine.
Well, I have
Because
new stickers on mine today.
Because I just knew Ernest had a definition of prosperity, and I wanted to make sure I had it in my mind correctly.
All right, where are we at?
622,
Okay.
622, prosperity, just that straight up definition.
Oh,
And
look,
he
I have
says,
it highlighted and
so
everything.
see,
622 in the Science of Mind textbook.
and it says prosperity is the outpicturing of substance in our affairs. Everything in the universe is for us. Nothing is against us. I mean, that right there, I think, really? But okay, I'm just gonna,
Yeah, it doesn't always
because it
feel
appears,
that way.
but it's
Yeah.
not, that's not true. It is against us, nothing is against us. We must know that everywhere we go, we meet friendship, love, human interest, and helpfulness. Life is ever giving of itself. We must receive, utilize, and extend the gift. So see, that's how we talked about that last week, how it moves to us and through us. Success and prosperity are spiritual attributes belonging to all people. But get this, it says, but not necessarily used by all people.
Amen.
That's
sister.
the one, if you're not using it, I mean, that's on you. But it is attributes belonging to all of us. We all have success and prosperity as attributes of what we are. We are God in spirit. We're in having a spiritual. I'm sorry. We're spirits having a human experience. We are that. We are success. We are prosperity. We are abundance. It is already us. We're already loved. It is us. We don't need to go out here and find it. We are it, but we don't use it. We don't come from it. We look out here for that, measuring that thermometer, what we have, and that's where I think we really get confused.
I love this. Life is ever giving of itself.
Yes.
We must receive, utilize, and extend the gift. That is amazing.
Receive, utilize it, and
extend. Yes.
send it out.
You
Just like
know,
you just did. You send it out.
Exactly. I was going to say, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
But I
Is what
sometimes-
happened with Lynn and that synchronicity, right?
But I can hang on there,
Right.
especially if I'm in a lack of, if I'm
Sure.
worried or in a lack
Sure.
place.
And
You hang on because you're like, well,
oh, I
I
got
can't
to
pay
do
this, or I can't do this, or what,
Mhm.
and then you hang on here. And then that I heard that last week. That was what came up last week, and that was the affirmation last week, was talking about how it had to go through, and I thought, oh my gosh,
Right.
it has to go through me. I can't
go
stop
through
it. I'm stopping it.
Yes.
Let it
love
move.
that.
That's a whole nother. Well, my brain kind of freaked out last week, so here we are doing it again.
Right. There we go. Right. Prosperous heart. So on this one, I was like, okay, well, heart is generally love, right? The forms of love. So I was like, okay, how could I be prosperous in my heart and love? So it was about what kind of love is already available in my life. And then the minute I come in here, there's puppy power, right? So that, look, he's asleep. That, she's the puppy whisperer here. But there is that, right? And you were talking about the gratitude of having children and a husband and friendships and stuff, right? There's all that we experience in that. But what other kind of love experience do I have? And one of the weekends that I was not here, I was out in nature. I was so far out in nature, I had no connection to the internet, which, if you've met me, that's hard for me. I'm a social media butterfly. I love social media. I love apps. I am very techie and love that stuff. So I had to go old school and have conversation like it was 1990 something, and read a real book, right? Because I couldn't, so I had to have a physical book to read, which was by Glennon Doyle, and it was awesome. I loved it. Called Unchained. If you haven't read this book, get it. So like there was that experience that I was loving myself, but there was also the love of nature.
Yeah.
And I was tree hugging, and I was taking pictures of things that brought me peace and brought me sanctuary and had me build on that. So there are so many aspects of the heart that fill up when we give it an opportunity to maybe stop disassociating, because sometimes that's what I do when I'm playing on my phone. I'm disassociating from whatever drama
Right.
is happening in my life. And trust me, that's been a lot recently. So, just knowing that there is love fulfillment, there. And then the following weekend, I really got it because I was hanging out with my daughter and grandchildren. And that was amazing. And we had so much fun.
I totally agree. And I get a lot of that too from my family. But when you have a new puppy in the house, you can have a really bad day and it can't last, because all you got to do is sit down with a puppy and his dad. So we've got the father dog, Ozzy, and this is his baby, who is, and so I put them in the living room together, and it makes me kind of stop for a minute. It makes everything stop, because I really can't do anything else when I've got them together, because Ozzy's like, he's got needle teeth and he keeps biting me. And so Ozzy's kind of coming to me, and then I'm trying to keep the puppy off him and playing over here, but so you can't do anything else. And I've recognized that in those moments, I'm being in this moment, and how lovely that feels and what that feels like, and I've learned to identify those times where it feels like that, and then to try to stay in that space. So things that don't feel like that, I don't give it that much as much attention, because I certainly don't want any more of it. I want more of times where it feels like this, and dogs are just unconditional love running around. They just, no matter what, they're just like this, hey, and my dogs love me and follow me all over the house. My husband says, I'm a Mary Poppins, like all the animals and everything follow me. But yeah, so it's like, trying to find those things that embody that for you, because those times of life come when it doesn't feel that way, or when you're feeling afraid, or you're feeling, like things aren't going the way you want them to go. Those times come for everybody. And you can already have built up in your toolbox things to get yourself back on track or help you move through them. Maybe it's something that you're going to have to go through. Okay, but you can take a puppy with you.
Right.
And
Yes.
And that ride is a whole different ride.
I think that's
And
why
going it
puppy
alone.
yoga is so successful.
I mean, for real.
Yeah. Or cat cafe.
I
You
mean,
know?
or build up those relationships. We talk about this over and over. Build up your tribe.
Yes.
Man, you got to have a tribe. And you will not go to your tribe in times of need if you have not built them up in times of not need. You have to work on those things right now, or you won't let yourself
Reach out.
Yeah, you'll feel like you can't because you didn't spend the time doing that. I know this. It's a bank account. It's an account that you deposit, and then when you need it, it's okay to withdraw. And you need to make sure everybody in your tribe knows they can withdraw from you too, so that they will withdraw when the time comes, because it's gonna come. And so you set these things in place ahead of time. That's what resilience is. That's why people are resilient. They prepare the stuff in advance. Everybody can be resilient. You're not born with that. You can develop this behavior, but it's developed first. It's not developed during the times of need. Whatever, it's like being a singer. And I remember being told this in college by our singing coach or whatever. And she said, what shows up on stage is, I can tell what you practice because that's what shows up on stage. I can tell how hard you worked on this because that's what shows up on stage. And I remember thinking to myself, oh, is that just because I didn't do whatever? She's like, no, because when you're nervous, that's what you default to. Whatever the strongest is, what you default to. That's why these Like if you go watch a rock band in concert, they didn't just jump on there and well, let's just go. They rehearsed that for months before they went on the road. They did it for months to the point where they're sick of the songs themselves. But when they're on the road, they get to just perform because everything else is a default. It just defaults to that what they rehearsed. That's how it is for life too. That's how it is for everything. What you are rehearsing, what practices you have in place on the times when you don't need it. Are you meditating in the morning? Are you, reaching out to your friends and building those relationships? Are you reading out of one of your inspirational books? What are you watching on social media? What are you doing? So that when those times come up, what's your default? What is that? And when we're looking in this, I was going to read something totally different, but in this thing called You, there's a line in it where it says on page, it was going to be 37, but it's actually at the end on 39.
What chapter? Because I have a different, this thing called You.
I know.
My 39 will be different.
Chapter 5.
Okay, at the end.
Yeah. Let me see, where was it? Oh, it says, so it's talking about, it's referring to, it's important that you maintain a strict censor over your thinking, just as you watch your garden, that foreign seeds shall not fall into it, producing a growth of undesirable plants. So you must refuse entrance to any thoughts that you do not wish to see manifested into your life. But the point I'm making is at the end it says, plant love in your garden, kindness and sympathy flow from the heart of love, and human goodness follows divine realization at every turn in life's road. Realization at every turn in life's road. Kindness and understanding are divine flames lighted from the altar of love upon which burns the light eternal. Go often into your garden. Sitting under the tree of life in cool, quiet communion, you will find fresh inspiration. God himself will go forth anew into creation through you. So go forth into your garden and check what's growing in there. What's happening in there? You may have to weed a little bit, maybe a little weeding, a little fertilizer.
Right.
And
there's really, that's one of the amazing things when it comes to shadow work. My friend Meg and I were talking yesterday about shadow work, and it's like, she's like, I love shadow work. And I go, I love the results of shadow work. Shadow work itself sucks. I mean, let's be honest, right? I don't really like looking at the junk, and that kind of thing. Nor do I like cleaning. Okay, in my house, in my heart, in my brain, whatever. I'm not a fan of those things. However, I am a fan of the result. And I'm willing to do the work because I'm a fan of the result. I get up every morning, I know Michelle does too, and I exercise. I am not as tough as this one. I get on my bike and I go on social media. I do some resistance bands. I do some yoga. I do an hour of this stuff every day. Why? Because I enjoy it? No. No, ma'am. That is not why I do it. I do it because my body deserves it. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be someone who is strong and capable. And Dakota saw me this morning doing it, and she goes, wow. Because I've been doing it for years now, I've built it up. It gets better and better, especially since all my parts, since all my parts have been replaced and stuff, I'm so much better. And I went bowling, and I had so much fun bowling. But one of the things was that I was doing that I didn't notice until later was I would get down low a yogi squat. I was doing yogi squats when I was bowling, and I was like, I can do yogi squats now. I mean, there's but no, and it's the same thing with shadow work, okay? You don't just immediately yogi squat in shadow work. You gotta work up to that, and
Right.
So that's the thing about the garden, right? Weeding out those things that are no longer helpful. A lot of things, and I know that Lynn could speak to this too, going through, that year that you really spent with self-love. You know, there's a lot of time periods that we start looking at things that are not, they helped us when they did. They saved our lives. Absolutely. They are no longer needed. And now, what you said about, you know, that's what we'll default to unless we can replace it with something that is more nourishing and nurturing to our heart. Right? This isn't about anybody else. This is about what's nourishing to us.
Just to you. You're not in competition with anybody else. It's all your
Except my old me.
Your old you.
Right? That's who I'm in competition with. My old me.
Right.
You know, can I grow? Can I, you know,
That's it.
and it's not even a bad competition. What I want to tell her, my younger self, especially my little self, is that, oh, don't worry. We make it.
We make it, baby.
We make it.
Right, and when you're talking about shadow work, you know, that stuff is a lot of work, and you don't have to do it. In the beginning, I don't think any of us did it by ourselves. I didn't even know what it was until someone else told me, or I was in a class and I had to do it. You know, probably in my practitioner
I was going to
studies.
say, definitely
Which
practitioner
was
classes.
grueling, yeah,
Yes.
grueling, miserable stuff, and it was witnessed by other people, which was really
Yeah, people,
hard.
and people you didn't choose.
Right.
There's
Right,
like,
these
you
are
know,
right. We're on this journey together, and you're dumping out stuff.
yeah, that you don't
Okay,
really know me,
okay.
and here you
you're
go.
I trust that you're gonna know my business.
Right.
Right, but in the beginning, working out is hard, and you don't like it. And a lot of people don't like it. They try to go, but they try to go alone, and then they give up. You know, they make these New Year's resolutions, and then they go. They have no plan in place. We're going to go every day. We're going to do whatever, and then they give up after just sometimes not even a week. It doesn't last. But if you go with somebody, you get the tribe. You get a partner, or you get a group, or you get something, a class, something that they're going to notice if you're not there, right? Because sometimes you don't go for yourself, you'll go for them. And you have to pay something maybe, because sometimes you won't go for yourself, but you'll go because you put money in it. Whatever it takes until you start to call for it yourself. Because I know in the beginning when I wasn't working out and I wasn't getting myself to go, I signed up for a group workout thing that cost more money than what I really could afford. And I thought, well, put your money where your mouth is. I've been saying this for too many years. I want to get back in shape, and it's not happening on my own. So maybe it's going to have to hurt a little bit, and that did. But I showed up, and I showed up, and I showed up, and it got to the point now I go on my own. I don't need anybody to take me. My body, I want to go, and I still don't love it. And you watch my husband's posts on Instagram, and he posts almost every other day about the run that he does every morning when he works out. He hates it. He hates it. He hates it. But he'll do it anyway because it's almost like he's controlling that.
Right.
He said he's going to do that, and so he does it no matter what all this internal stuff is saying. And he'll run. I don't know how, a mile I guess he runs, and that's what he does. So you don't have to like it. You have to decide what you're doing, you know, what you want to do. And
Because I love everything inside my comfort zone.
oh, right.
That's where I'm comfortable. I'll just be honest, right?
Exactly.
That's easy.
That's what we've made that. And
yeah.
then we're just sitting there. We're not just sitting there.
Right. And you know what?
I'm not sitting there.
And I am not that person. Like, I really am, you know, I'm not the mastermind group person. I'm not the pushy person, right? I just know for me, moving myself, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, moving myself is important to me. And that's why I do it. Because trust me, there are some days I lay in bed and watch X-Files. Actually, yesterday, that was what I did, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not like this is an all the time thing. I just know that there are certain things that are important to me for me to move forward in who I want to be, who I want to become, and who I am.
I love that.
So one of the things also that the last one was prosperous of spirit. So I have a little like thing on that I was going to do a heart mind coherence breathing thing on that.
Those. You want
Yeah.
to add that today?
I I could, yeah, we could, but well, there was a little discussion afterwards too. So I didn't want to do it too long for like an ending thing. I just wanted to have a little experience. Is that
I
good?
love my partner.
Okay. So for those that don't know what this is, all right, and my legs are so strong they will not undo. Okay, there we go. I want you, if you feel comfortable, obviously you can close your eyes. If not, just a soft gaze and a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart. And for this breathing, it's just wanted to be very slow, very controlled in the way that you're mindful of it. That's the type of control I'm speaking of. And we're going to inhale, I trust. And we're going to inhale, I receive. And we're going to exhale, I trust. So let's begin and inhale, I receive. And exhale, I trust. And we're just going to do this a couple of times internally. If you can think of it, inhaling, receiving into your heart, and feel your belly move on that. As we spoke earlier about trusting and the knowing that everything we need is available for our next step. And I just want you to come back to the room, come back to your seat. And remember, we receive and we trust. So for this, you can open your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that. If not, feel free to stay with your eyes closed. For that, I want you to think right now about your overflow inventory. What's overflowing in your life, in spirit? The things that come to me are friendship, resilience, creativity, time, laughter. So I want you to think about your prosperity of spirit being in all these areas. And if you're feeling that maybe an area does not feel prosperous, then let's breathe that in again of receiving and trusting that everything that you need is available to you in faith and opportunities and love and joy. So this is the area we want to cultivate, that overflowing, effervescent joy bubbles of wealth and health and everything that your spirit needs. So that was the aspect of prosperity and spirit I really wanted to bring forth for everyone to kind of like touch into on what that was.
I'm telling you, chapter 5 in here,
Chapter 5 and
This Thing Called
This
You.
Thing Called You.
all about this. And right after what I read earlier, it's what you just were saying.
Oh,
Pretty much, the power of the Spirit, which is ever with you, is sufficient to meet your every need.
Yes.
If you need healing, this power can heal you. If you need happiness, the Spirit can provide it. If you need supply, the God who is ever with you can give it. No matter what situation you may be in, it can be changed. The winds of God never cease to blow. Set the sails of your hope that these winds may fill them. Learn to drink freely from the fountain of life. There's only one power. Use it! It says with an exclamation mark. Use it! You know? And
I love that.
yeah.
And I see you have it too. The last
Yes,
part of this
yes.
chapter says, since it is possible to control your thoughts, it is possible to control your destiny. Say, and so I'm going to make everybody say this. Ready?
Yes.
I am a free soul.
I am a free soul.
I am completely, positively, and eternally free.
I am completely, positively, and eternally free.
I am free from doubt.
I am free from doubt.
I am free from fear or unhappiness.
I am free from fear or unhappiness.
Today and forever.
Today and forever.
And so it is.
So it is. Turn off those switches.
That's right. There you go. I love that. I
Yeah,
love
so
that.
if you don't have this book,
This
highly,
thing
highly
called You.
recommend. And that was chapter 5. So much
Yes.
from chapter 5 came to this.
This is one of my favorite books. Anytime there's something on social media that says, what's your favorite book? What's a book you'd recommend? This is it. This is it. I recommend you read it in first person. That's
Yeah.
my biggest
They had
one.
us read it first the way it is, and they have us go back and change every U to
I.
And it's like,
Yeah. It's a living
yeah,
affirmation.
you'll be marking like
Yeah.
every page with
Like
something.
crazy.
Oh, and this.
Yeah.
Oh, and that one. Oh, look at that
Yeah.
one. Like
And it's
every
amazing
page
to
is
be
marked.
written in 1948 how awesome
It's just timeless.
and timeless it is
Never,
in 2026. Yes,
because it's the truth.
it is. And the truth doesn't change.
No,
There we
it
go.
doesn't change. Beautiful.
Alrighty.
Anything to share today? Anybody? Inky.
Inky, you have anything?
Inky has no more to say.
He has no more to say.
He is
Yeah.
asleep.
All right, there you go.
I think we are out of here.
Alrighty. Well, take us out.
Oh,
Right.
this
No,
is-
this is my way.
oh, that's much better. All right.
Deep breath in. Wow. Recognizing the one, the divine energy, spirit, God. So many names for the one thing. It is love, it is abundance, it is prosperity, success, it is everything. And as it is everything, it is what we are. It is the only thing we could be. Therefore, we are that love. We are that joy, that peace. We are prosperity. We are abundance. We are success. We are perfect, whole, and complete. And from the place that I find myself grounded in, next to my word for each of us here, hearing the sound of my voice and beyond, knowing that as we allow our hearts and our minds to be open, we receive the teachings this morning, the ideas, the readings. We are open to our truth, to our prosperity. Our minds are open, our hearts are open, our spirits are open. We receive, we utilize, and we release. We are just a part of that divine flow that is God. As we allow ourselves to be, as we allow ourselves to flow, how we allow ourselves to move with. We feel that energy. we realize that truth in our reality, we bring more and more to ourselves. We recognize it. And I'm grateful for this truth. I'm grateful for the Creator each of us is. As we create the life we love, the world we love. And so I know and trust that it is already perfect, whole, and complete in the mind of God. And I let it go. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is. So it is. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today. And I did put it in the YouTube, the link to that amazing coloring book that Lynn did. So it's in the YouTube, and I'll also put it on the Facebook page.
Good. Go get that.
Yeah, get that.
Yes.
Help that prosperity of mindfulness.
No,
Yeah.
spend some
I
time
love
with
that.
you.
With you.
Love you. Yeah.
Yes.
It's in here. Everything you want's just in here.
I love it.
And then you can share it.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. I love it. All right. Well, Inky's
Thank you, Sal.
done. Yeah.
So if you've enjoyed this today, please go to beginwithinministries.com and hit the donate button. You can donate once, or you can become a spiritual church club partner.
Do it.
You can be a spiritual church club partner and get your mug. Not shy. For $45 a month, or for $75 for a family or a couple. Or if you're like, I don't have that right now, that's fine. Let me tell you how you can help.
So many ways.
Like and subscribe. If you found us by accident, there are no accidents. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Go to our website. Join us on our Facebook page. Tell your friends about us. Show up in person. We'd love to have you.
We are Sofa Sundays on Facebook. Just ask to join, and we let you. You're going to get in there. Don't worry about it. But we would love to have you. We'd love for you to talk about us, put little likes and gifts and things in there, so the algorithms that are out there on Facebook will share us to other people as well. We want to get the good messages that we share every Sunday out to everyone, so we are all out there creating a life in a world we love.
Absolutely. So
Thanks for
we
being here today.
appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.
Have a happy week.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again next week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Time, or Monday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.